Hello, Chad Lutzke here. This is my third AMA, Ask Me Anything question thingy. And this question is from Zelda Reben. Zelda, if I mispronounced your last name, please forgive me. Zelda asks, what's your favorite book you've written? First of all, great question. I normally get asked which book someone should start with who's never read anything by me, which is a completely different answer than what my favorite book is. I had the most fun writing Skullface Boy and The Same Deep Water as You. Skullface Boy, I think it's because here's Skullface Boy, all right here, cover by yours truly, and The Same Deep Water as You, cover by Zach McCain. Um, I think I like those because they were the writing was the most fun. Um, I love the voices of both the protagonists, Levi and Jex. And there's a lot of me in those characters. I love the way that I get as lean as I possibly could on these two books in particular, which is something I usually do anyway because I like lean prose. I like getting to the point and using, as few words as I can with saying the same thing with using a lot of words. I don't know the technical term for that kind of thing. I just do it. It feels right to me. It's what I like to read. It's the type of prose that I like to read. It keeps me engaged. I think I have issues with attention span, so that type of prose really draws me in, and so that's what I like to write. It's not what I've always written, but it's what I have the most fun writing. Just that lean, clean, prose with no like cushion. But again, these are not the same books that I would recommend someone who has never read me. Those would probably be Stirring the Sheets or A Foster Homes and Flies. The Same Deep Water can be too alienating for some because of the drugs and the drinking and some of the skateboarding, and even there's a bit of romance in it. It's more literary and horrific only in the sense that none of us want to lose friends or experience trauma, and that book has both. It's more like a dark indie drama. Skullface Boy could be alienating because the protagonist has a skull for a face, which is something hard for any of us to relate to. But if you're like Stephen Graham Jones and you read it and you recognize the skull face as being a metaphor for like a flaw each of us has that's unique to us, and then you can bypass the skull and see that the book's really about the desire to fit in and the need to feel loved and accepted. Neither of these are horror. They have dark bits. Skullface Boy has humorous bits. And but I'm extremely proud of both. Every time I crack one open just to read something, for whatever reason, if I'm doing a reading and I'm trying to find something to read from that, I get happy with it. And that's not the case for everything I've done. And I think I think that's a problem all authors have. If we go back and we look at a book, even if it's really well written, you just can't help but think, man, I could change this scene, or I could change this sentence, or and maybe it wouldn't even be better. It's just something it's like a painter too. You finish the painting, stick it on the wall, whatever, and then you look at it and you go, man, I really could have changed the darker light values in this. I could have done this or that. So it almost feels like none of them are really finished. Anyway, I'm completely blabbing and giving you way more of an answer than you asked for. So probably those two books. Extremely proud of them. And it's actually a tough question to even answer because there's a good chance I could change my answer tomorrow. But that's my answer for now. And Zelda, thanks again. Anybody else wants to send in a question, you can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Comment on below, or if you're a patron, comment on the video when I post it. I've got some more questions to get to, and I will try to get them. I plan to post them like once a week. So thanks again, and have a good night, morning, day, whatever it is you're doing, and stay safe and sane. See ya.